Scorpio, can you feel it? The air around your spirit has shifted. The energy is heavier. The nights feel longer. The signs are showing up in your dreams, your gut, and the sudden tension in your relationships. This is no coincidence. The universe is aligning for a reason. August 4 to 5 isn't just another date. It's a cosmic checkpoint, a spiritual pressure point designed specifically for you. You see, your soul wrote a contract long before this lifetime. A contract that included moments like this. Moments where you would be tested not by others, but by your own shadows. And now, the test has arrived. Between August 4th and 5th, the universe will place 3 soul traps in your path. These won't look like dangers. They'll look familiar, comfortable, even tempting. But if you fall for them, your destiny path gets blocked. Not for a day, not for a week, but for 8 long years until 2033. That means delayed purpose, repeated emotional cycles, blocked financial breakthroughs, and karmic pain that keeps looping like a broken record. You weren't born to stay stuck in the dark, Scorpio. You were born to transform the dark. But here's the truth. No one tells you. The most dangerous traps are the ones you can't see. The ones hiding inside your emotions, your reactions, and your deepest wounds. And during this 48-hour spiritual window, those exact wounds are being triggered, not to break you, but to test if you're finally ready to break free. This is your cosmic warning, your sacred wake-up call, because only those who pass this test will move forward into the divine timeline the universe has been holding for them. And trust me, that timeline, it's filled with abundance, purpose, love, power, and soul-aligned leadership. But first, you have to prove you're ready. You have to see through the illusion. You have to avoid the traps. You have to choose evolution over emotion. So if you've been feeling the storm building in your spirit, if the world around you seems louder, messier, or more emotional than usual, if your past is suddenly knocking again, then listen closely. This message is for you. In this video, we're going to reveal the 3 soul traps designed to block you, and how to bypass each one with awareness, power, and grace. Because the truth is simple. You don't have time to stay stuck. You don't have 8 years to wait. It's time to remember who you are. It's time to rise. Let's begin. Scorpio, you felt it building. The pressure in the air, the tightness in your chest, the strange vivid dreams that feel more like memories from another life. And those emotional waves, the ones hitting you without warning, sadness, rage, restlessness, isolation, they're not random. They're spiritual signals. Because August 4 to 5 isn't just another moment in time. It's a cosmic fault line. And your soul is standing right on top of it. This is a Pluto-aligned karmic axis shift. And for you, Scorpio, the child of Pluto, it's hitting directly in your spiritual DNA. Your ruling planet, Pluto, has entered a rare position, activating what's known as a shadow node, a hidden frequency that brings buried patterns, wounds, and karmic debts to the surface. At the same time, the moon, the keeper of emotions, past lives, and feminine power, is crossing a karmic line that hasn't been activated like this in over a decade. This energy isn't soft. It's not gentle. It's surgical. It's here to cut through illusions, expose false identities, and force your soul to confront what you've been avoiding. And here's the truth. You cannot fake your way through this. You either align with your truth, or you repeat the karmic cycle for the next 8 years. This portal is not wide, it's narrow, and it will only allow through the version of you that has shed the masks, released the emotional weapons, and chosen growth over ego. And here's what makes it dangerous. The tests won't come from outside. They'll come from within, through the emotions, triggers, and reactions you've struggled to master. You might feel, sudden urges to burn bridges, a need to isolate or disappear, impulsive desires or addictive cravings, waves of jealousy, revenge, or deep mistrust, flashbacks from the past, people, patterns, or pain. All of this is happening by design, not to punish you, but to expose you. The universe is asking, are you still ruled by the same triggers, or have you evolved beyond them? Because if you pass this test, a new soul timeline unlocks. But if you fall into just one of the traps, just one moment of reaction, escape, or projection, you rebind your soul to the old story, and Scorpio, you've come too far. You've survived too much. This portal is a gift, even if it doesn't feel like one. It's a divine mirror showing you where you're still chained, so you can finally break free. The next few minutes of this video will decode all 3 soul traps, show you how they operate, and teach you how to avoid them with clarity and power. Because when August 5 ends, a door closes, and the choice is yours. Stay trapped or step through. Let's begin with the first trap, Scorpio. This one cuts deep. You know the feeling, the sting in your chest when someone crosses the line. Maybe it's betrayal, a broken promise, a cruel comment, or maybe it's something subtler, a pattern repeating from someone who reminds you of a past wound. On August 4 to 5, someone or something will trigger you. It could be a partner, a friend, a stranger online, or even a memory from the past. And in that moment, every cell in your body will scream, strike back, take control, show them your power. But that is the trap. This is what we call the revenge loop, a karmic snare that keeps powerful souls stuck in the lower timeline. It convinces you that if you sting, you'll win, that if you hurt them back, you'll finally find peace. But what actually happens? You don't move forward. You spiral. You re-enter the very cycle you were born to break. Scorpio, you are not here to repeat your pain. You're here to transmute it. And here's the cosmic truth. Every time you react from wounded emotion instead of divine wisdom, you give your power away. You delay your purpose. You stay entangled with the very energy you're meant to rise above. This soul trap is especially deadly because it's so seductive. It feels like justice, but it's just a loop that drags you back into darkness. So what should you do? Pause, breathe, observe, ask yourself, is this coming from my ego or my evolution? You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to fight fire with fire. You are the alchemist, the one who turns poison into power. This test isn't about what they did. It's about how you respond. Affirmation. I release my sting. I choose evolution over reaction. I rise above the trap. Because Scorpio, your silence is louder than revenge. Your peace is more powerful than war. And your growth is your greatest weapon. Let this be the moment you end the loop. Not just for yourself, but for your entire ancestral line, Scorpio. This trap is quiet, seductive, and incredibly dangerous. It doesn't scream at you like betrayal. It whispers, gently, softly. Just one more drink, one more message, one more scroll, one more night numbing out with something that feels good, but steals your soul in small, invisible doses. On August 4 to 5, you may feel this pull stronger than usual, the seduction of escape. You'll be drawn toward old comforts, the patterns, substances, people, or habits that once gave you relief, but now keep you stuck. They'll tell you, just for today, you deserve it. You've been through a lot. And yes, Scorpio, you have been through a lot. But that's exactly why this trap is showing up now. The universe is watching what you reach for when the pressure rises. Will you choose escape or evolution? Because this isn't just a random moment. You're inside a prophecy portal, a sacred 48-hour window that's recalibrating your entire destiny timeline. And every choice you make, even the smallest ones, echo across the next 8 years. That text you send to an ex, that late-night binge, that voice in your head that says, just give in. Each one is a vote for the future you're building. But here's the truth. Escaping doesn't heal the pain. It delays it, it suppresses it, and it shuts down your clarity, creativity, and intuition, the very tools you need to unlock your next level. Scorpio, you are the sign of the phoenix. You were made to walk through fire and come out transformed. You don't need numbing, you need alchemy. When that craving hits, when your shadow whispers, run, you turn inward instead. Because your power isn't found in escape, it's found in facing what hurts and choosing to rise anyway. Affirmation: I face my pain, I transform it into power, I don't run, I rise. So remember this when the urge comes. You're not weak, you're in training. And this, right now, is your initiation. Scorpio, this is the most dangerous trap of all, not because it's loud, but because it's personal. On August 4th of 5, someone close to you, a partner, a friend, a parent, maybe even a stranger, will trigger something inside you. A wound you thought you buried, a part of yourself you thought you healed, and in that moment, you'll want to blame them. You'll feel the urge to push them away, lash out, defend yourself, or label them as toxic. But pause, because what if they're just the mirror? This is the shadow projection trap, and it's brutal, because it makes you look at the part of yourself you've denied the longest. The anger, the fear, the guilt, the unhealed rejection, the shame from your past that you've carried in silence. And here's the cosmic trick. The person who triggers it isn't your enemy. They're your teacher. They're showing you what still needs healing so that you can finally rise beyond it. But if you miss this mirror, if you fall into the projection trap and attack or isolate, you'll stay stuck, repeating the same painful cycles in love, trust, self-worth, and purpose until 2033. That's 8 more years of emotional loops, of mistrust, of disconnection, of walls that never fall. Scorpio, you were born with depth most signs can't handle, but even you have a breaking point. This is your chance to break through, not break down. The universe isn't punishing you, it's holding up the mirror, saying, heal this now, or carry it another lifetime. So when that trigger comes, when the fight rises in your chest, when your shadow screams to blame them, pause, breathe, look within. Affirmation: I see the mirror, I heal what I once feared, I choose self-awareness over self-defense. Because true power doesn't come from being right, it comes from being real and choosing healing, even when your ego wants war. Scorpio, this is your chance to break the oldest soul pattern in your bloodline. Don't reject the mirror. Become the one who finally heals what it reflects. Scorpio, if you avoid these soul traps, if you stay conscious, grounded, and aligned during August 4th of 5, everything changes. This isn't just about surviving a spiritual test. It's about unlocking the next level of your divine mission. You shift timelines, not slowly, but immediately. Within 7 days, you may notice a powerful internal activation, as if something ancient in your DNA has been turned back on unexpected financial blessings, new opportunities, money flowing in, or debts being lifted. A major breakthrough in your love life. Either a relationship deepens with purpose, or something toxic finally ends. And most importantly, you receive divine clarity on your next 3-year path. The fog lifts. You see what you couldn't see before. The people, the patterns, the direction. It's as if the universe finally hands you a spiritual map, and the compass points forward. Why? Because August 4 the 5 isn't punishment, it's purification. It's a final karmic audit, a sacred inventory of what no longer serves your soul's mission. Scorpio, you came here to lead. But leadership in the spiritual realm isn't about control. It's about surrendering the ego, breaking the chains, and standing in authentic power. And to do that, the universe had to test you, to see, will you still sting when you feel wounded? Will you still numb when the pain gets too loud? Will you still blame when the mirror shows you something uncomfortable? Or will you rise? Will you evolve? Will you hold the line, not just for yourself, but for generations of souls who never had your strength? This test is for your future self, the one you've seen in dreams, the one who stands tall, clear-eyed, unshaken, guiding others through the same fire you just walked through. And if you pass, you don't just move forward, you leap into alignment, into purpose, into the destiny you almost gave up on. Scorpio, the test ends August 5th, but the reward? That begins the very next day. Scorpio, let's talk about the number that keeps coming up in the background of this message. May 33. You might be wondering, why that year? Because 2033 marks the next Pluto rebirth cycle, a once-in-a-generation astrological event that affects transformation, soul contracts, power structures, and karmic evolution on a massive scale. For you, a soul ruled by Pluto, it's not just important, it's everything. If you ignore the signs on August 4th or 5, if you fall into the soul traps and let fear or ego guide your path, then you don't just delay healing, you postpone your entire ascension journey until 2033. That's not a warning, that's prophecy. 8 more years of karmic cycles, 8 more years of repeating emotional patterns. 8 more years of wondering why you feel stuck when your soul was begging you to evolve. But here's the good news. If you pass this test now, you won't just avoid the delay, you'll collapse time. You'll quantum leap into the version of yourself that 2033 was supposed to deliver, but you'll activate it in 2025. You'll jump timelines, you'll shift realities, you'll begin living the life you thought was still years away. That's why August 4 to 5 is so serious, not because the world is ending, but because your old world is. Your outdated beliefs, your survival patterns, your toxic soul contracts, all of it is being burned in this fire. The question is, will you step out of the flames reborn? Or will you hide in the ashes? Scorpio, this is your final invitation before the cosmic gate closes. And once it does, this opportunity won't return until the end of this decade. You can either walk through it consciously now, or be forced through it later, in chaos, loss, and regret. The universe is handing you a key, not just to escape the past, but to unlock your divine future. What will you do with it? Affirmation. I don't wait for 2033. I rise in 2025. My destiny is now. Because your new world is waiting, and it's more powerful than you ever imagined. Scorpio, take a breath, close your eyes, and feel what's moving through you right now. This wasn't just a video, it was a soul transmission, a divine reminder of the strength that's always lived within you. You've walked through pain most people couldn't survive. You've fought silent battles that no one ever saw. And now, you're standing at the edge of your greatest breakthrough. August 4 to 5 is more than a cosmic window. It's your initiation into power, into purpose, into prophecy. If you've listened this far, it means your soul was meant to receive this message. Not someday, not eventually. Now. Because the old you, the one who used to sting in anger, escape in fear, or project in pain, that version is ready to be left behind. And the new you is fierce, is focused, is free. But freedom isn't given, it's claimed. So right here, right now, claim it. Repeat after me, Scorpio. I walk through the fire with open eyes. I release revenge, illusion, and projection. I align with my highest soul path. I am not afraid. I was made for this. Let that sink into your bones. Say it out loud until it becomes true. Comment this below to activate the energy. I claim my August 4 to pair 5 awakening. I choose my destiny. And don't keep this to yourself. Like this if it stirred something in your spirit. Subscribe if you're ready to rise into your divine power. Share this with another Scorpio who needs to remember who they are. Scorpio. The storm was never your enemy. It was your training ground. The soul traps were never a punishment. They were your final initiation. This is your moment. Don't fall for the patterns. Don't delay your legacy. Don't wait for another sign. You were born for this awakening. You were born for the fire. You were born for the storm. Now rise through it.